Hey everyone, and thanks for tuning in. Casper here, and day 2 of the Jungle Inferno update has been revealed, and it's all about contracts. So just to remind you guys, the reveals are going to happen over 4 days, and only after all the reveals will the stuff actually come into the game. So nothing's been added to the game just yet, in case anyone out there was confused by that. So today details the brand new contract system and the rewards you can get from it. And for those of you who've never played a TF2 campaign before and you don't know what I'm talking about, it's a pay-to-play thing, which basically gives you little objectives in the game, such as kill 10 enemies as a sniper, for example. But the reason that you pay to enter this is because you get cosmetic rewards. Again, there's never any pay to win in Team Fortress 2. It's all optional, and all you get as a reward is cosmetic items. So what is different about contracts this time? Well, as they've said a few times, this is choose your own adventure. So there's a couple of diagrams on the update page. We don't know how accurate these are to what's actually going to appear in game, but you can see here you'll have an option. So my earlier option of get 10 kills as sniper, you might not actually want to do that. And you will have the choice now to instead do something like score 50 points on Badwater, or whatever map it might be. And another thing different from the past is that all the contracts are available in order. In the past, you only got 2 contracts a week. So once you've done those 2 contracts, which might take you half an hour, you've basically twiddling your thumbs for the next week until the new contracts came out. Now, all 36 contracts are available in order. So if you've ever played CSGO, this is very much like the Guardian missions that come with contracts. And if you're not familiar with that, don't worry too much. It's basically you do one mission, and then from there, you've got the option to do 1 or 2 other missions, and then from there, you've got the option to do 1 or 2 other missions, and so on. So you can do these at your own pace, and in the past, campaigns have lasted a few months, so you've got plenty of time to get through this. So don't worry if you've got exams coming up or anything like that. And one other thing which is new to these contracts is co-op contracts. Now, again, they don't go into details on what these is, so I'm not going to tell you anything as a fact here, but I can only assume it's going to be things like get a kill whilst being healed by a friendly medic, or upgrade a friendly engineer's building to get 1 point, and that sort of thing. Once the update does drop, I will go back over the contracts and the campaign and do a much more detailed guide about everything. So for now, let's just continue with a sort of top level overview. There's various different rewards available, and as we can see in one of these early diagrams on the update page, there's certain Valve-made cosmetics that can only be got by doing certain missions. So it looks like here, you do this particular mission, and you are guaranteed to unlock this hat. And all the items available are this particular hat, a Saxton Hale hat, and a full Yeti costume. So I can only assume that in order to get all the cosmetics, you have to complete every contract. The contracts themselves are stored on this thing called the con tracker, and you can see here it levels up. It changes color as you complete more and more contracts. So eventually, once you've completed all the contracts, you get a gold one. And it is a cosmetic item, so it'll probably be either in your badge slot, or it'll be one of those things that sort of hangs off your belt if you want to show it off once you completed it. Every single contract you complete, so regardless of these sort of milestone ones that we just looked at, every single one will either give you this new thing called blood money. So this is basically like a ticket, and it's a currency that you build up, and then you can spend this currency on specific things in game. Or just like before, you will get the chance to get a new skin drop. Skins work a lot differently than before. Essentially, you now get a spray can, and you can apply that to any weapon. Now, the cool thing about this is that you don't actually have to own that weapon. You basically open up the spray can in your backpack, and then it will give you a list of all the compatible weapons. So they say almost 40 choices. So not every skin works on every weapon, but each individual skin works on a lot of weapons. So let's just say we pick this one, Park Pigmented, we use that item, and now it's showing me my flamethrower, my minigun, whatever items that they are going to be, and I can apply it to that. So this takes a little bit of the randomness out of it. It takes away the chances of you getting something you don't want. So that's pretty cool. And also, for the first time ever, skins are now going to work on unlockable weapons. So it's not just stock weapons anymore. You will be able to apply these skins to unlocks. And there's 2 collections of these war paints. One of them is Valve made, and one of them is community made. And there is one in there with cats, so I'm going to be stocking up on that a hell of a lot. They've also brought back a lot of the previous skins as war paints. Now in this picture it doesn't show every single skin, so it's not clear whether these are the only ones that are coming back, or this is just a sort of example image. So I really hope they bring back Blue Mew, and I think you guys know why. On top of this, there's 2 new community cases with keys. So it seems that these are separate from the contracts. You will be able to get these cases whether you've actually bought the campaign or not. And seeing as they cost to unlock, I think that's pretty fair enough. And these are full of community cosmetics. They don't actually list the cosmetics at this point, but they do show a big image with a ton of cosmetics and a banana. So beyond any more guesswork, I will say that we can see Pyro seems to be getting a brand new flamethrower. Based on the fact they teased the jetpack on day 1, they're teasing this new flamethrower on day 2, I believe we won't actually see the Pyro stuff until the final day on day 4. So my guess is that tomorrow is going to be the updates to competitive mode, and then on the final day is where they're going to drop all the big stuff, the radical changes to Pyro. So I'll be covering this every day and every day after it comes out, so don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and thanks everybody, I'll see you tomorrow for day 3.
Someone told me that I'm special.